Meet Ingrid, a launch and copywriting coach in the Czech Republic who made 6 figures in one day selling her own online course. Her story of scaling an online course business in a small market while being a mom of 2 after quitting her job as a scientist is a true testament to the phrase anything is possible. After this launch, she went on to have a near $300,000 live launch in the next one using the same social media sales system we taught her to sign clients on repeat from Instagram. In this video, we talk about Instagram organic strategy for online course creators and coaches and how to grow a super niche product in a small market. Let's dive in.
I mean, it was completely mind-blowing for me. I sold 106 spots, and I even decided to make like a VIP offer for almost 5,000.
Okay, Ingrid, so you joined CCA and I remember our first conversation and I was like, I love this woman. Like you just had the best energy, like such good vibes. And now we're here talking about your $132,000 launch to what you shared is just a small country of the Czech Republic of 10 million people. So before we dive into all the juiciness of the launch, tell the listeners a little bit about who you are.
Thank you so much for having me here and also in CCA. So I'm teaching female entrepreneurs in Czech Republic how to write copy and also some strategies about marketing. And my goal is to help them to do what I have done in the past. So I changed my career from a scientist to an entrepreneur because I wanted to have more freedom. So I would like to give them the same experience.
Amazing. And I think that's so awesome that you switched careers. And what was that shift like going from being a scientist to a copywriter?
It was really scary because, of course, I didn't know if it will work or not. And also, I think in society, if you are a scientist, people are like, wow. But if you teach marketing, you're like, okay, what are you doing? But I just felt so much I need to do something different in my life because I liked my job. But when my second child was born, I felt I need more freedom and I need to be my own boss. And I feel in science, you can't be successful if you don't go there every day, if you don't travel a lot. And I didn't want to do it anymore with my small kids. I wanted to homeschool them. I wanted to have more time for them. I wanted to do some things maybe differently than other people are doing it. So I decided to jump into something new and scary.
I love that. So what year was it that you started this copywriting business?
So it was in 2018.
Okay. Wow. So now we're 2023. It's December. And fast forward, right, a few years. So I assume that you started as a freelance copywriter, right? Like you were just doing it yourself.
Yes, exactly. And my idea really was to make maybe $500 per month so as I can have some extra money, so as I can stay at home with my kids. So that was my whole idea.
Oh, that is so pure. I absolutely adore that because look like now when we look back on the journey and we fast forward to today, having a $132,000 launch, that is wild to me. So take us through the journey of 2018, starting as a freelance copywriter, just wanting to make $500 a month to where you're at now. Give us like a summary of what that journey looked like.
So I think what worked really well for me is that I was thinking, how can I use my experience? So at first I was writing actually for scientific companies because I thought I'm good in science, so let's use it. And because of this, it was so easy for me to stand out because I was almost the only one who was a specialist in this type of things. So then I was gaining more and more people who wanted to work with me. And I felt I can do something for even more people. I can teach them. But I was really so scared. I was super scared of being on social media. I was always scared to speak up. Like at school, I was always the one who never was talking. But then I saw there is a big potential. And if I would be a little bit more brave, I could actually help more people. And I decided I will go for it. I was really scared, but I started to be active on Facebook. I founded a Facebook group, and I also started to do Facebook lives. And it seems to me like all the time I was doing more and more scary things, but in really small steps. So it wasn't so scary. I just was just rising the bar. And it was so nice to see people who loved my work, because I was really scared nobody is going to like it or it will not help to people. But I could see that even if it was not perfect, people have been so happy and I could help them. So I started to make online courses, and I started to learn everything about launching and about social media. And I was just like, I was really enjoying it. I think that's also like so important. I was having so much fun, and I was thinking, how can I do it with my kids at home and helping my clients and having fun at the same time?
And this is such an awesome journey where it's like you do the thing, you become the expert in it, and now you're like, I want to help other people do the same. And I think that's what's so unique about the online course industry and like your story. I have a similar story. So it's like this almost like really profound transformation where it's like, okay, you have a skill. It's working for you. You're becoming successful about it. Now you teach the person behind you. So let's jump to you have this successful business, you're doing online courses, you've done launches before. Now you decide to join CCA. What inspired you to sign up for the course?
Because before I joined, my business was dependent a lot of launches, and I love launching. It's really fun, but it's also really intense for me and my team, and it's a lot of work. Like you cannot, if you have never been launching, you have no idea how hard it is. And of course, it works really nicely. I was growing from 4-figure to 5-figure to 6-figure launches. But I felt I'm so dependent on it. And also I felt it's a shame that people cannot buy from me all the time, because if you are launching, you open the door for a week and then it's closed. But I felt I like to be on social media, and in this way, new and new people are going to see me all the time, and I have nothing that I could offer them. So that was the first reason. Second reason was that I actually had an accident in August. I fell down and broke my arm. And because of this, I had to change my plans because I wasn't able to work, and I wasn't able, of course, to make a big launch. It's like no doubt about this. So I was thinking, what can I do for my business? I didn't want it to only be in bed and feeling bad about myself. I wanted to do something like small steps, but that are giving me something in the end. So that's why I found you, and that's why I joined.
I love that. So you joined, I think it was like late summer, like August, September time,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, awesome. So you start, so how'd you feel like going through the course? Like, what did you learn? What did you enjoy?
So it was a totally new thing for me when I saw that you are not launching, but you are selling your courses just by being on social media. And I really liked as you taught us how easy can it be to make content. But that's not everything, because I always thought social media is for making your content, but you showed us if we go one step further and we actually talk to people in DMs, or we do those polls in the stories and then we interact with people, it can have a huge effect. And since I was at home, sick, lying in my bed, I just thought this is something I can do so easily, because I don't have to write 1,000 emails. I don't have to do so much work. I can just maybe every day make one reel, 5 stories, and then send some DMs to a few people. And I really liked it also because I don't know anybody in my surrounding who was doing it like this. So I was like, yeah, this sounds really great. Let's try something new and see how it works.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So you joined because you wanted to learn about the evergreen model, a cart that's always open, doesn't rely on launches. And then when you're going through the course, you realize that there's a strategy behind organic content and how you can use it to make sales. So you are like such a star student. Like you join the calls, you ask questions, like you lean in for support. And I just love that because that's really kind of like what makes or breaks your journey, right? It's like, are you going to really like lean in and use the container that you signed up for? And you did exactly that. So let's fast forward. You're about 3 months in. So like 90 days, which is usually when we see people like really seeing that big wow result. So tell us, like this $132,000 launch, how did this happen?
It was really amazing because I was still feeling sick. So I thought I don't have so much time and energy for doing something big. Let's do these small steps every day and let's make a very small launch because usually when I'm launching, I open a Facebook group and I'm there with the people for like 3 weeks and it's like really, really so much energy. But this time I thought I will have a small launch. Usually in my launch group, I have like thousands of people. But this time I thought it will be smaller. I will make one webinar, but I will use all the strategies that you are teaching us to increase the rate of people who are going to show up and who are going to buy. Because when I'm doing a big launch, there is no space and time to talk to everybody. It's just not possible. But now, since I had more time and I didn't have so many people there, I was like, okay, let's do it. So what I was doing was kind of like simple. I was just making reels as you show us. And in the reels, I was inviting people like, if you wanna to join my free webinar, send me a message or a comment. And then I was just like, exchanging DMs with those people as you teach us. I was asking them some questions. And in the end, I made sure that they know that the webinar is on Monday at 6 and they want to be there live. And I was really shocked when I saw how many people showed up live. It was like, I think 3 times as much as normally they are. I'm used to. So already there, I could see it's really working. I was like, oh my God, this is really, really cool. Then also during the webinar, I was asking them like, if you want some slides from the talk, send me a DM. So again, I made them basically to write me. And as you showed us, I had a table where I was having all the people who seemed to be interested and everything like this. And after the webinar, actually, I again felt sick. I again felt it's too much for my health. So I was okay, let's take it really, really slowly. So really what I did, I opened card for 5 days and I sent, I think 3 or 4 emails, like not really a lot. And each day I was able to do only one social media post. So I made one reel. And that was it. And I was with people in DMs. So it was like really compared to how much content I usually make during a launch. It was like, I don't know, 5% or something, like really so little. Because usually when I'm launching, I open card like for 6 days. I having like interview with people, with the past clients every day. I'm having discovery course, live course, everything, it's just like a big mix. Yes. So this was like super, super simple. And I didn't feel overwhelmed. I was taking rest. I was just doing what I could do. And there was also one interesting thing because I decided to double the price of my program. I somehow felt it's time, and I had already more than 700 students, that they were like really happy. But of course, I was really scared to do it because somehow, even if you are more far in business, you doubt yourself. It's just, I guess we are like this. And you supported me so nicely during the call that I was, okay, I will double the price. I will sell it. Let's see what is happening. And my goal was to sell 10 spots. That was kind of like, I thought 5 I should sell. This should be fine. 10 was my goal. And one course was for 1,700, which actually in Czech Republic, it's about the wage that people normally like make per month. So it's really not a low price offer, definitely. So my goal was to sell 10 spots. And I thought, okay, if I would be lucky and with the new price, I will do it. I mean, it was completely mind blowing for me. I sold 106 spots, and I even decided to make like a VIP offer for almost 5,000. And I opened 5 spots and I sold 10 because people were just like begging me to buy, basically. And I was completely out of my mind because like in spring, I made also approximately 150K. It was a huge launch, which basically my team was preparing for a couple of months, and it was so much work. And now I could make almost the same amount of money, but well, like with so less energy, less effort. And it was so much fun. Basically, I figured out which reels do I want to make. So I made them. Then I just wrote to people some messages and, and see if they are interested or not. I was like, it felt so easy. It's unbelievable.
Wow, Ingrid, this is a beautiful story. I'm so inspired by you. And I know that everyone listening is so inspired because what you're talking about is really building a business that works for you. And I think that was like the key of when you joined. It was like, okay, I have something good, successful, I'm making money with it, but the model isn't serving you anymore. And it's like it did serve you in that season. But now this new way of just organic marketing, talking with people, doubling your price, DMing people, less people on a webinar, but more people that are bought in. So it's like by switching this strategy, it feels better. And now it's more sustainable because I know, like, I don't even do launches as big as you. I don't really do launches anymore, but when I would do them, like, they're exhausting. They're like energetically draining. And this is why I'm so big on evergreen. So all of this success is really like a true testament to you stepping into your future self. I so remember when you came to the call and you were like, I'm going to double my price. And all the women were like, you have to do it, like cheering you on in the chat. Like it was just such beautiful energy. And I'm so proud of you. And thank you so much for sharing this story.
Thank you so much for having me in CCA and for the support. It was really unbelievable. And I really feel now that every entrepreneur, we really need this, because even if you can say I already have a 6-figure business, but still we are having all the fears, all the doubts, and there are like still so many new things we can actually teach or like learn and apply. Because I thought, okay, my business is already fine, but now I see there are some things which I was missing and which are so fun for me to do, and I can just incorporate them. So I'm still planning to do a launch next year, but still I will add this new strategy where I will make content every day. I found a routine. It's so simple for me to do it. So I really like the combination of both. And also as a mother, let's say, I like the fact that I can adapt it, because maybe in summer I will not take a break with my kids. Of course, I will not do any launches, but I can do some reels at the beach and sell. Then maybe like in winter, we are at home because it's snowing, so I can have a launch. So this is like so perfect. And really, finally now I feel, because when I was in science, I have to adapt my life to the job. But now really I feel it's in my hands and I can adapt everything what I do so it fits into my life. And that's really such a nice feeling.
I'm so proud of you. This is amazing. And Just such like a beautiful testimony to all that you've created, all where you're going. And that's kind of like my final question is like, what's next? So we could tell everyone that you joined the mastermind for 2024, which is so exciting to see like you and a few other private clients, like some in CCA, some are like my one-on-one clients, all coming together to really make this like powerhouse group to really just scale their businesses up and up. So with that in mind, what's on the radar for 2024? Tell everyone what we're going to be working on, what you're looking forward to.
Well, I would say my biggest task is to still have so many happy clients and have my joy in the business, because that's like so really important. And I'm so happy that I can now have support for this, and maybe also find some new ways how to have my business in the long term without burning out, because this is really important. Financially, I'm going for the million next year, because like I was now for 3 years, I was around 500,000 something, and really now I feel like with this new strategy and with these new things, switching from only launching to having something to sell all the time, I mean, it's there. I has to be there. Yeah, and as well, since I'm in a very small market, my goal is to be really the number one person when it comes to copywriting and marketing in Czech Republic, because that's the advantage of being in a small country. If you are visible, like really every day, people really start to notice you. So I would like to emphasize this even more. I'm thinking maybe about writing a book or starting a podcast, or like really being the leader in the field, because now I have so many happy clients. My business is running really nicely. So I would really now like to be visible as the really like the expert on my market.
I love it. Well, after listening to this, and I'm sure everyone else, we know that you are. Like, you are the expert. You are like you are just so amazing, Ingrid. I love your energy. I love what you're creating in this world. And I'm so excited to just grow together. We're going to meet in person. We're going to do the event in Miami. So like, I'm so excited for that. You're going to bring your family over. I was just talking with one of my other clients who's considering joining the mastermind as well. She's in Italy. She's like, I'm coming for 2 weeks. I'm like, I love people in other countries, because Americans like will be like, I'll go somewhere for 2 or 3 days and I'm done. And I'm like, especially like Italians, my family's Italian. They're like, I'm coming for 2 weeks. I'm coming for a month. And I'm like, I love that energy. We need to incorporate that more. Because it's just like, I just love this life. I love entrepreneurship, and I love hearing from amazing entrepreneurs like you, and really just inspiring so many people for what they can create in this world.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward, and I'm really happy to also meet people outside of my country, because this is like so important. I can see how you are doing your business. It's really great inspiration. For example, I immediately saw how you take care of your students, like so nice, like we feel so loved actually and supported by you and your team. So I'm getting inspired even in this, like how can I improve my programs? How can I take care better of my clients? Or even maybe how can I make a podcast like this and interview my clients, So it's just so amazing. So of course, I'm looking forward to meet you in person as well. And also the other amazing ladies in the mastermind will be really cool.
Yay. Well, so happy. Thanks so much for coming on the show. And we'll put all your links in the description so people can find you. And thank you.
Thank you as well. I'm looking forward to see you next year. Thank you.